Hi and welcome back. This is where we left off on the January-February video. This one here is going to cover March and April. So happy we got that roof on and the fascia boards up and our perimeter fence up. Oh, makes such a difference out there now. Especially with the cabin with the roof. It's so dark inside even during the day. It's kind of funny. So on the south side of the property, where the cabin is against the road, you can see in the distance houses, and that's the only side of our property that has other people or houses. The rest of the acreage is wide open. So we're going to put up what we call a privacy fence, because hey, I don't want them seeing my business and I don't want to see their business. That's the whole point of being out there. So we got all the posts put up and we're using redwood. And Lowe's delivered all the pickets all the way from Palm Springs. Can you believe that? That was pretty cool. And here we go. I may have mentioned this in previous videos, but we've got 7.5 acres, but on our west side is 10 acres of BLM land. So yeah, it's like basically 17.5 acres. Check out that bird. Put up that fence and then first sitting on there, probably taking a dump. Crazy, man. Anyhow, I'm really happy with how this fence turned out. That opening you see there will be a gate. You'll see, there you go. Well, we got the gate up, but it came out really cool. And I like it that they're offset. So it does block the wind a little bit, but it allows it to blow through, because nothing's worse than the heat of a day with no air blowing at all. So this is our little compound on the inside. And yeah, it's so nice now during the day and at night to be able to have our fire pit there. And it's just crazy. And I got that little side next to the cabin for like to store chairs and things like that when we're not there. And eventually there'll be a gate there. And yeah, came out really cool. And it blocks those few neighbors on that south side. So now that the windows are boarded up and we have a construction door that shuts and we can lock the place up, we bought a bed in a box. So I did the research where like nectar beds, they have a layer of charcoal, they have a layer of green tea, they have a layer of the purple that breeze. And I just found a cheap one that had those same layers. Because, you know, someone could break in and steal all this stuff at any time. But what a difference having a nice big bed. Although there's nothing wrong sleeping in the back of the truck, but having that comfy big bed sure makes a difference. The night sky still fascinates me every time I'm out there. You can see everything so clear, even all the planes coming and going into Palm Springs and Vegas. It's just beautiful. So we got these like lanterns. They look like the ones from Knott's Berry Farm that are rechargeable. Aren't those cool? I know you love those, Mom. Those are really cool. But that sky, I don't know, with the glow of the fire and looking up and the smoke blowing by from the fire pit. Look at that. Look at those stars. It's just fascinating. Look at all those planes coming and going. I'm just out there in the middle of nowhere almost, and it's so busy, even in our atmosphere. It's so busy. Alrighty then. So Mom requested photos of inside the cabin. So this is what it looks like, with all the cracks and seeing the light going from the outside in. As you can see, it's not very airtight. That's our little kitchen area. That's the gardening area, the hoses and tools and things. This is all the materials we're using to redo the cabin, to build the outbuildings that are coming up real soon. That's our little table for now. And our bedroom, I guess you might call it. And we do have the windows and doors all boarded up, but have it so air will still blow through. So this wood pile from the old roof has been sitting there for a while, and I decided we're going to cut that all up because it's getting warm and we don't want the snakes to be in there and the bugs. So I spent a few hours just chopping much of it up and stacking it neatly on the inside of the fence, because all that wood was on the outside of the fence when we put the fence up. Okay, so there's this bug. I don't know what kind of bug this is, but there's two of them back to back. And does anyone know what that bug is? Again, it's like two stuck together right now. You know, they're probably doing their business and got stuck. But what is that? Isn't that a crazy looking bug? If anyone has a clue, please let me know. And if it's poisonous or anything like that as well. This is a really cool shot of the moon rising. Look at that. Have you ever seen anything like that in the city? You just don't, you know? It's just beautiful. All the little lights on in the distance and the sunset on the other side. The moon's rising on one side, the sun's setting on the other. It doesn't get better than that. It just doesn't. In this shot, you can really see how the earth is rotating with the sky and the clouds are blowing by. It's just beautiful, man. And here's a great shot of our old-timey lanterns, Mom. What do you think? Remind you of like Knott's Berry Farm or Pirates of the Caribbean? It's pretty cool, huh? Especially with the fire going. It's just too much fun. Too much fun. There's our little trailer back there in the corner, all locked up. And yeah, it was a little gloomy night this night, and the wind was blowing, but that fence kept us with the wind blocked pretty doggone good. It was pretty awesome out there, even with the wind. Yeah, look at those little lanterns, Mom. What do you think? This is a continuation of the moon rising from the video just a few seconds ago. As it's getting really dark. Look at that thing go, man. That moon is really cranking. So check this out. This roadrunner was inside the perimeter. Look at him. He's looking at the fence. Boop, jumps right through. Gotta love a farm fence. It doesn't really block the wildlife. And here you go, Mom. I guess we have rabbits. Look at this rabbit. Isn't that so cool? I wonder where he lives. He must be under the trailer or the wood pile or something like that. But yeah, he's just hanging out. Like, he knows right where the camera is. He's posing, I think, you know. So anyway, there's your rabbit, Mom. We've seen him a couple times, not live and in person, but on the security cameras at night. There he goes. Boop, boop, boop. So cute. And it just concerns me. I guess maybe he likes the inside parameter because the coyotes can't get in. And look at the upper left. Can you see the squirrel? You can see the gap in the door, but there was a squirrel there. And let's see, I think there's another shot if I'm crossing in front. And if you look in that upper middle left corner, you'll see him. I think it's pretty funny. We got a squirrel out in the desert. Now that's awesome. We got tired of this door swinging, so I went ahead and put a door stop on it. You know, $6, but it certainly fixed a lot of aggravation and sticking a box and tripping over in front of it. Anyway, got that done. And yeah, so this is Ryan. This is hilarious. Someone dumped an upright piano down the road on the side of the road. So he took it upon himself to cut it all up, and he's burning all the bits that we can't burn at night because of the lacquer on it, stuff like that. So that's how we got rid of that piano that was down the road. Pretty cool. And you can see the little flags on the ground because we're going to start putting up our outbuildings. Here's Ryan with his bucket of piano parts. Oh my gosh. All the little hammers and stuff like that he salvaged. I think he wants to make a wind chime out of it or something. So anyway, a little project for him to play with, which is kind of fun. So inside the parameter, we're going to put up two outbuildings, an 8x10 and a 10x12. You can have up to 120 square feet outbuilding in the county without a permit. So that's the guidelines we're going to use. The 8x10, we're going to have that as kind of like a place to put the compost toilet and a little sink and stuff like that. And that's going right where the tractor is now. And to the left of where the tractor is now, that's going to be a 10x12. And that'll be like a storage shed or put a blow-up bed if we have company or something like that. So yeah, it's starting to get exciting out there now. It's cool to see the tractor come out and level things out and pack everything down. And then we marked it with flags again and, you know, getting her going. We're so busy putting up the frame or the foundation boards to pour the concrete and stuff that I forgot to take a lot of pictures, but That's after it's leveled. And then this is where the only picture I have of us framed in for the concrete, poured the concrete. And then this is the framing going up, which is so exciting. And then the OSB, and then another amazing sunset. Boy, the colors out there are really spectacular. It's so cool. So once all the OSB's up, we cut the hole for the door and a window on the side. Boy, it seems like it's starting to happen a little quicker finally. It's been just a year since we purchased the property, and there's all those flickering lanterns that I hung up around that are rechargeable, and some are solar. It's pretty cool. And we did a nice big overhang on the front of this outbuilding. And of course, we've got it bolted to the foundation like you're supposed to. We're following as much code as we can, even though it's under 120 square feet. So you don't really need any kind of inspection or anything. And this is our window. It's opaque. So that's kind of cool. Double hung, double insulated. And of course, we board everything all up because we're not quite ready to leave it exposed. And there's the door, and that has a window and a screen that opens as well. And here's a few shots for different angles of that outbuilding. I think the shed roofs out there suit the desert so well. They go with the theme, and it keeps it low profile. And I think it looks pretty good, especially from outside the fence line. The overhang is really awesome. So then I put 2 coats of stain on the fascia boards. So now they're matching twins, as that has to be done first before we can actually put the roofing material and all the drip edge on. So it's all sealed underneath. But yeah, doesn't that look cool? Really cool. Oh, and then look at this lizard. It's like, I've seen a few lizards, but not a big one like this, just hanging out in the courtyard there. Look at him. He's so cute. So what do you think, Mom? We got a lizard too. He's so cute. He just skedaddles around and checks out what's going on, and then he just kind of took off. And that was that. Anyway, it sure is fun seeing the wildlife and the different varmints out there. And here's another breathtaking sunset. Isn't that just amazing? So here you go, Mom. Here's a real time. It's kind of dark, but those are all those little lanterns around and our fire going, so you can see them. The video makes them look a little more busier than they are. They're more of a soft flicker when you're there. I don't know why it looked like they're just flashing. In real life, they're more of a smooth, they're like the Pirates of the Caribbean or the Knott's Berry Farm mine train is what they look like in real life. Okay, here's the section of the rabbits and other animals through the security cameras. This is a compilation of the last couple months. And it's so funny. It's like, look at his little cute rabbit cottontail there. Isn't that cute? It looks like they know right where the cameras are, like they pose. It's kind of funny. I think they must enjoy being inside the farm fence area that we have, because it keeps their predators like coyotes and stuff away, but yet they can hop through the fence. Oh, we did get this shot of a squirrel, probably the same squirrel that comes inside the cabin. But yeah, so it seems like they feel protected inside that fenced area, maybe. I don't know. And then here's the money shot. Two rabbits in the same frame. So now we know there are at least 2 there. And look how cute that is. That's probably like a morning shot. You can see his little cottontail there. So the last couple months, we've seen a roadrunner, a lizard, 2 rabbits, and a squirrel. Pretty cool. Okay, it's time to get busy again. So here's a shot of the door and the window. The window's opaque, so that's pretty cool. And here's a shot from inside out the door. It looks right into the courtyard. See Ryan sitting in the camping chair. And now it's time to frame up for the foundation of the next building. Oh, it's getting exciting out there, guys. And yeah, you know, after a bunch of stomping and wetting and packing and, you know, all the things you got to do, we're rocking and rolling. And so here we have it, the foundation pad for the 10 by 12 shed slash guest room, possibly. Boy, that's a lot of work. I'm sure glad I have a crew out there to do it, because I'm too old for that. As the sun was setting on this day, Ryan took the camera and found this bug. Some crazy bugs out there. And he zoomed in on it and took a couple pictures. It looks pretty scary looking bug, doesn't it? I don't know what it is either, but we got those out there now too. And then he took some pictures of the creosote bushes with their little pom-poms reflecting in the sunlight. And I have to say, those came out pretty doggone cool. Ryan spent a lot of time outside the fence line, around the perimeter of the fence line, just kind of raking up and cleaning up more. We still have a lot of the old roofing material that blew off the old roof and is scattered about, and pieces of plywood from the old roof and stuff like that over the years. So he cleaned a lot of that up, as well as some broken dead branches and things like that. Then he took the Weber barbecue and he burned them all. We don't have a burn barrel, but he thought maybe he can do it in the Weber, and he did. And it came out great. And then once it cooled, he drug that Weber around and sprinkled those ashes all around the different creosote bushes, because apparently it brings up nutritions, the ashes do, or something. I don't know. But it sure was fun watching him go through the process, and being at one with nature out there was pretty awesome. And here we go. We have another amazing sunset. And this is a moonrise. Isn't that great? I mean, the colors out there. It's so, you have to be there. The camera does not do it justice. This is a nice shot of the two buildings with the sunset. It's kind of a cool silhouette, you know. And another shot of our little courtyard with our little lanterns and the fire going. It's pretty amazing. I bought that dartboard you see hanging up at the thrift store in Yucca Valley for $6. Hey, why not, right? Did you know out in the California desert there are fireflies? Holy moly, I had no idea. Boy, they were out like crazy this night. Who knew? Until next time. Love you, Mom.